Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share the 5 bags that I've been wearing on repeat this summer. I have some really great ones to share with you. Some of them are luxury designers, some of them are mid-tier. But first I realized I haven't really introduced myself yet on this channel, so I thought I would take a quick moment. My name is Ajda. I live in New York City and I grew up mostly in Europe. And in a couple of countries in Africa. I would be what you would call a third culture kid. If you're not familiar with that term, a third culture kid is basically someone who grew up outside of their parents' passport countries and outside of their own passport countries. So I'm a mix of a lot of different cultures. I'm actually doing a collaboration with my friend Minnie. We're going to be talking about life as third culture kids growing up, but also as an adult now and how we navigate life. So that should be a very fun, interesting video if you want to learn more about the third culture kid life. My formative years were mostly in Milan and Paris, which are two fashion capitals of the world, and now I live in New York City, another fashion capital. So I have been very much entrenched and surrounded by fashion. I come from a very artistic family, so I've always been drawn to design, to how people express themselves through fashion. You'll see that my style kind of blends a little bit of the different cultures where I was most influenced, notably Italian, French, and now New Yorker culture. I wouldn't say American culture because America's quite large and there are a lot of subcultures, so New York culture. Grab your coffee, grab your glass of wine, depending on where you are, and let's go through these 5 bags. Okay. So here is my first one. This bag is from Oleada. And this is a New York-based brand. This is their mini anchor bag in the color cloud, this beautiful, soft, pebbled leather. It's just a really, really pretty, like cream, ivory color. I really love it. This style of bag has been pretty popular in the last year or so, maybe even more. Loro Piana has their version. You've got Bottega Veneta that just produced one. So this vanity style bag is definitely very popular. I thought that I could try out the style with Oleada, which is at a more friendly price point. Oleada is a Spanish name, and let me pull it up here. So the name Oleada is Spanish for ocean waves. It's chosen partly because modern professional women have the potential to be wave makers of change in their industry of choice. We see their power akin to ocean waves as being elastic, gentle yet fierce, poised yet mighty, all at once. I just really love how they are exemplifying women empowerment. It's also a sustainable brand, so I think it's just great how they're operating their business. I would say that this bag is very, very light, and I think one of the great things that I like about it as well is that the size, it's not too small, it's not too large, so it really makes it the perfect bag for summer when it comes to day to night dressing. I also love that it has this back pocket here. So you can slip your phone in here. I have an iPhone 15 Pro. It might also fit the Pro Max, but I'm not sure. This zipper is just so smooth. And then the inside is this beautiful pink suede. Very, very pretty. And there is a zip pocket here for your valuables as well. And then there's these 2 little pockets here on the side. So definitely very roomy for all of your daily essentials. And then this bag can also be worn multiple ways. I typically wear it top handle style. You can also wear it crossbody, and then it comes with an extra strap, so you can actually wear it as a backpack, and then it can be worn as a shoulder bag as well. So definitely different ways of wearing it, which I think makes it really great for travel. And this color goes with everything. On my trip to Europe, I basically wore it with all my outfits. So that is the first bag that I've been wearing on repeat. I have mostly neutral colored bags, but I have been starting to dabble in color, and I've been picking colors that can still be classified as neutral-ish. This bag caught my eye. I mean, this color, this butter yellow color, I don't know if it's going to come out on camera the way I was hoping. This butter yellow shade is called Hey Smooth. I think you can kind of see it's just like a muted, soft yellow, and it's just beautiful. Little quick backstory, I saw that Celine had a bag in the Triomphe line that was a butter yellow, and I couldn't find it anywhere. For some reason, I saw that it was on the UK website, but I couldn't find it in Paris, I couldn't find it in New York. And so after a while I gave up. But recently in France, I saw this bag and I really, really liked it. But for some reason I decided not to buy it. And I guess I must have manifested this bag because a couple weeks later, this bag went on sale on the Demellier website. So I snagged it right away because it just was too good to be true. This is called the Small Vancouver bag. I actually have the medium Vancouver as well in a lighter ivory shade, so I knew that I would love this one as well. Demellier is based in London. They source their leather from tanneries in Italy, so this is really good quality leather, but it's also very lightweight. The inside is fabric lining, it's not leather. To me personally, I don't mind, especially since I wear this mostly in spring and summer, so it helps keep it light, and because it's dark colored, you won't really notice any stains or any marks. This hardware is just so beautiful. It does scratch easily. That is just one thing to keep in mind, but I feel like bags are meant to be worn. The strap has these two notches, so you can adjust it very easily. I've been pairing it mostly with black and with white. I find that it is a very happy color to wear with black, so it just brings some cheeriness to the outfit. I've worn it with a white dress and some gold sandals, and it just looks really pretty. I recommend the Vancouver line in particular. I think it's a classic that can stand the test of time. The next bag is my Celine box bag. This one is definitely a bag that could be worn year-round. I have been finding myself gravitating towards it more and more. I particularly love this camel color. This is just such a nice tone that's not too warm or too cool. It's just right in the middle, so I can wear it with multiple tones of taupe, beige, caramel, tan. It's just a really solid color. This is in the size medium, so it fits a bunch. It's a little bit heavy. The quality of this leather, it's just very smooth. When you open the bag, you'll see it's quite large. It can fit a lot. Some people don't really like having this middle divider because you can't fit as much in your bag. Personally, I don't carry a lot with me, so I find that the divider actually helps to keep things in their place and from moving around, and it keeps things organized. But I understand why some folks would prefer to just have one large compartment. You also have the zipped compartment for your valuables, and you've got these two smaller pockets as well. I found it pre-loved in San Francisco at a consignment store called Wastelands. Don't know who came up with the name Wastelands. It's funny, but yes, I absolutely remember the name. That store usually has some very interesting gems that pop up once in a while. So if you're ever traveling to San Francisco or you live there, the one I went to was in the Haight-Ashbury location. I like that it has the old Celine logo on it. It has the accent on the E. In 2018, Celine decided to update their logo to no longer include the accent because they wanted to mirror more of the collection that they had in the 1960s, where they were looking for more simplicity and balance in their design. So everything from 2018 onwards doesn't have the logo with the accent anymore. So it's kind of special. I would recommend going pre-loved just because the price point is better. You'll likely find bags that are still in really good condition. And then because this is box leather, the leather is definitely a little bit more fragile. Personally, I don't really baby my bags too much. I take care of them, but I like to be able to wear them without worrying. So if you don't want to baby your bags, I would say go pre-loved. So this bag, you see this a lot, right? A lot of New Yorkers have it, Paris, any major city. But what I really love is that this is a timeless, classic design. This is in the medium size. I got it in black with the brown leather, just so that it makes it more versatile. It's a little bit lighter and softer in appearance. And then of course, it is very hard wearing. It can withstand all the elements. I find in the summer, it's great to travel with it. It can fold up. That's why it's called le pliage. And it can fit in a suitcase. You can bring it to the pool. You can bring it to the beach. I use it for work these days. It can fit a 13-inch MacBook Pro, and I can fit my camera gear in here with that. I can also fit a pair of shoes. So basically, it is a Mary Poppins bag. I would say it's also very light, especially when you're commuting and walking around. You don't want to wear anything heavy, and the drop is really great. There's a lot of space here. So even in the winter, if you're wearing a jacket, it would fit really well. So maybe I'll be wearing it more into the fall and winter. This is just such a comfortable bag to wear. And again, very classic design. Last but not least, we have a really pretty purse that I found for my birthday. It is the Bottega Veneta mini camera loop in the intrecciato leather. Let me give you a little close up. They've introduced this beautiful gold knot hardware. I believe the size up from this, the size small, does also have this design, but in leather form. So I don't know if it comes with a gold hardware piece, but I know that it does have a leather knotted piece on the side. I want to experiment with color, right? So you just saw my butter yellow one on like the lighter shades, and now you're seeing a darker color. It's this beautiful dark green. Depending on the lighting and the environment, it can look dark brown, it can look black, it can look khaki. When I pair it with black, helps lighten up the outfit a little bit and create some interest. And then when I pair it with white, it adds some more dimension. I think these bags used to have lining in here and they don't anymore. I'm not sure why, but I will say that the inside is a very nice smooth leather, whereas the outside is a patented leather. I don't see any scratches from my belongings. I will say though, I do not know if it fits a iPhone Pro Max. This is a iPhone 15 Pro, and when I put it in, I have to kind of turn it in order for it to fit. So it doesn't fit straight. I have to do a little bit of adjusting. So maybe an iPhone Pro Max won't fit, but an iPhone Pro will. And then on either side of it, you'll be able to put an SLG, a lipstick, whatever you might need, your keys. So it definitely still is a great evening bag to wear out at night because it can fit still a good amount. I am 5'3" and considered a petite. I typically find it hard to find bags that have the right lengths of strap. When I tried it on in store, it fit me and my frame perfectly without even adjusting the straps. I would definitely recommend that you go in store and try it on. Actually, with any of these bags, try it on in store. Make sure it fits your frame. Try it out in all the different ways that you can wear it before you decide to purchase it, whether in boutique or pre-loved, because you definitely don't want to have regrets. I've been wearing it a lot, and I expect to wear it even more into the fall as well, because this color can be worn very nicely in the fall as well. So there you have it. Those are the 5 bags that I've been wearing a lot this summer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like more videos like this or a deeper review on any one of these bags, comment below. And if you enjoyed this, then subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you get alerted when I upload new videos. Thank you so much and have a great day.